The Rampage story.
The Rampage game. Well, it was like an arcade game. You'd play the arcade game.
Oh yeah. Oh,
and then
yes.
it was a Nintendo. I remember that game. I had it for Nintendo as well.
It's been a long time since I've been to an arcade, but arcades were so fun. You know what? By far, my favorite arcade game was the X-Men, where you got to pick.
Yeah.
The specific controls for Colossus was super good in that game.
Or NBA Jam on arcades. Or NFL Blitz. God.
Oh, dude, so
halftime, huh?
Yeah,
that was a bad pick.
Street Fighter. Yeah. All right, man. I thought we were going to be talking about 21-17 Chiefs. They come out halftime, score another touchdown, and put this sucker away. But
Wesley has a point here. The one where you go down the sewer, yeah, that one's a good one too.
Oh, dude, that one was
Turtles in Time.
Oh, that was super fun.
Yeah, that game was tough, very tough.
Yeah. Making reminded me of being a kid playing arcade games.
Yeah, we were talking. I got my Nintendo Switch came in the mail, but the games are in a different package, so I can't even play it. So we're talking video games.
I was telling Andy, you have got to get Zelda Breath of the Wild. It is the perfect quarantine game. Like, you almost want to get coronavirus and stay inside for 14 days just so you can play. Zelda. It's like, hey, I'm going to lock myself in the room here. I need something to entertain myself. I'll take the Switch, guys, and Breath of the Wild. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
I don't know. It's a toss-up. But fun game. Started aggressively. Mega Man's the GOAT. Here's a good question after the worst November.
Yes.
Take a breather, man. And it's the holidays.
Absolutely.
You do not want to stress over gambling.
This is the worst time of year to gamble. This is the worst time of year to gamble. Thanksgiving, Christmas, do not do it to yourself. If you're having a tough time, give yourself a break. Give yourself a break. Seriously.
Tuesday's haircut day.
Yeah, absolutely. That is an easy call. Easy call. Take a break.
Yeah, except for Thanksgiving. Join us for Thanksgiving. You don't have to gamble. Just come join us.
Worst Christmas of my life. Not close. I was on a absolute heater on NBA through October, November. I thought I had things figured out. I was running a really simple team level model. I did not have things figured out. I got absolutely buried through December, including like the week of Christmas. I think I was like maybe 2-12, 2-15. It was absolutely brutal. And I was miserable to be around. I ruined Christmas for everyone. Do not do it. Do not do it. Yep.
Yeah, don't bet on Christmas or your birthday, except NBA unders.
NBA, first half especially. I
like this from Nose.
Secret scope play is to get... No. Oh, yeah, give yourself a break. Absolutely. No, I like Donnie Baseball. Secret scope plays to get Corona at a point.
That's not true.
That is a plus EV move, though. Don't get Corona because you might die, but you'll probably be okay.
There is that downside.
Yeah. Oh, we need that YouTube link. Oh shit, I'll get that out there.
If you work on that, I will line it up. So Chiefs are 6, juicy 6.
And I blew it.
Chiefs are a juicy 6. We were not watching the live lines, and we thought the total is 31. So what?
That's way too high. It's either under or Chiefs.
Yeah, it was back and forth. I don't want to play 6. I want to play Chiefs minus 7.
Over under on the number of bets planned to me. We'll get to that in overtime, Reed.
All right, I found a Chiefs minus 6.5. Plus 106.
I'm in there. Where'd you find that? Oh, you don't have to name that name. I'll assume it's DraftKings, FanDuel, or one of the very legal books that we would like to support the podcast at some point.
We just need our legislatures to get their shit in the get. As long as you don't sell your dog. I don't think Joey really.
Fair look.
I don't think Joey really sold his dog, but if he did, I would buy it. It's a cute dog.
No way Joey sold his dog.
No, he wouldn't do that.
No
Andy's edibles, I'm getting low. California won't legalize. Yeah, it will be a struggle in some of these states. Join us in May when we probably bring Captain Jack back on for anniversary number 3. Display my which this one? All right, here we go. Sea Capper, you made the screen.
Sea Capper's been a faithful viewer.
He probably meant a different message, so
I didn't see another message from him. Did you?
that's fair. All right, so minus 6.5,
And a half.
plus 115 is
Yes!
up right now.
Give it to
That
me.
is very bettable to me.
Give it to me.
Yeah, they're not into it, but they will be. This is important. They can be. Oh, look at that! He said so.
Yes.
Yes, he's in. It's the
PASPA.
third anniversary of the repeal of PASPA.
Yeah.
It's kind of a PASPA tradition. We need a name for that holiday. We've got 6 months to come up with something. We will come up to it. How bad was that Green Bay second half, Drew?
It was
Somebody
so
has a
bad.
question about that.
It was so bad. Matt LaFleur will not be getting a Christmas card from me.
I'm gonna create a banner.
I don't have any of what it takes. I mean, I was the game was weird. The Colts were playing to win. They were playing with way more energy. Frank Reich is a
Play
better
to win the
coach.
game.
The Packers should have got that one. That sucked.
Do you remember that Snickers
yes.
commercial? That's
Oh,
what I'm.
we're on
That's
the
what
chef.
it's an homage to the Snickers commercial.
Thank you.
We are not supported by Snickers. What do you think a pass? God, we had 6 months and Jack nails it in like 3 minutes. That's not fair.
Pass us. I like it.
That's pretty good.
I like it.
What do you think about the team total? Rather, the team total is roughly 17.5, 18.5, depending on the book.
No. I don't
Casey?
think you go for it.
C. Capper thinks Casey is half-assing it.
They're definitely not half-assing it. Oakland just came. I mean, excuse me. The Las Vegas Raiders just came in with a very solid game plan. The scripted plays they ran out the gate were so good. The tackling and the intensity on defense is not up to my expectation for Casey. I thought they were going to be a little more fired up, but realistically, I do not think. I do not think the Las Vegas Raiders get to 31 points in this one. You're gonna get a nice upgrade here.
It's bouncing around a little bit, down to plus 105, so a little
This
money.
game
I would
reminds, you know what this game
expect
reminds
ton
me a
of money
lot.
to come in on
This game reminds me a lot of Raiders Bills from earlier this season. I think that's how this plays out. The fact that Gruden didn't go for it on 4th and goal, the fact that he settled for a field goal, that's going to be consequential. You can't do that against the Chiefs. You don't kick a field goal on 4th and goal, even if you are really upset that the refs didn't give you a free set of downs. Because the refs have been giving you a lot, John. So just chill out.
I don't think so.
No,
On this, the second half total is like 31, man.
no, yeah, you're
So
not. You're not
you're right there. You're right there.
I'm not going to walk to the window and place a bet on the under in this game, but that's the right side. But that's the right side.
It was 4th and goal in the 15, Drew.
Yeah, after the after the penalty.
Any specific reason for the Cal hat? Somebody's asking. It's just they have a great color scheme. I can't go walk past the lids without buying a hat. I have so many hats in my closet. My wife is.
Did you know
angry
every
about this all the
UST
time.
school is some variation of blue and yellow, blue and gold?
That's fair.
Yeah, they all have their own specific variations, but they're all blue and yellow. That's a California specialty.
Here's a survivor question. He took the Chargers. He got it done. Pittsburgh, Dallas,
Yes!
and Thursday. Who are you taking? You have
Well,
to take someone.
Freaking done. Not Dallas. I think Washington football team is very live in that game. Have you already? Oh yeah, this is the guy.
Circus. You have to.
No, this is my buddy. My buddy Matt Russell from Toronto, who is putting a very, very solid podcast together. If you are looking for daily podcast content, check out The Window. It is excellent. He stuck with the Chargers today. That was bold. That was bold. I think the play is Pittsburgh.
I kind of agree with this. Some people made this joke, and it might not be. I mean, they were clearly out of the box.
That's not crazy. That's not crazy.
Don't bet futures. Goofy year. And if you do, make sure they have a lot of numbers behind them.
What is the lowest payout you would place a college basketball future? 50
Oh, I'm not playing any. I
What's
won't
the
play
lowest
any
number
yet.
that you would play if you were like
Yeah,
if they
like
were like Villanova 50-1, you would play that, right?
Yeah, I would hammer. I'd take out a reverse mortgage on that.
What's the lowest number you would play in college basketball futures?
I probably won't play any, but I shouldn't say that because I will add some eventually. I absolutely
How
will add
confident
something.
are you in the Chiefs? Okay, I have about 1/10 of a stake on the Chiefs relative to what I placed on the Chiefs full game, relative to what I placed on every pregame.
Yeah, we don't play big on these
Halftime bets should be relatively small stakes in my opinion, because guess what? This is a sharp market. We have half game worth of information.
Here's a bet. Ben D's nuts. Oh, he just tricked me into saying funny words. He bet Fresno State 300-1. I like shit like that might be a play.
The PG-13 rule again? Oh my god.
Yeah. Wonky year for college. I'm absolutely going to be betting college basketball. I will have some plays on Wednesday. I guarantee it.
The best tip of all: just steer clear of the Ivy Leagues in the futures market.
Jesus, yeah.
I don't think any of them have a chance.
I bet Harvard in that tournament every year and lose. Yale always nips me. I don't know how it happens. Any other good questions? Are we getting close to kick here? Bet all the CBB overs.
That's an interesting call.
Oh, what are you drinking? I'm not even drinking today. I got a bar behind me here, though.
Hey, so check this out. CBB overs early, I think, is a bettable angle. We haven't talked about this. We haven't chatted about this.
There will be some neutral gyms, though. Really watch out for that sort of stuff.
You think a neutral gym plays to an under?
We do get some weird neutral gym unders early in like conference tournaments or some of those. It depends on the gym too. Kind of do your research. Yeah, I'll be posting all my plays. Don't worry. I'll anything I play, you guys will find out for sure. I don't have the energy to do a paywall.
I think the neutral gym is offset by the lack of defensive intensity because of the setting.
There could be and that's the other thing too. And shout out to you know what, I'm going to say friend of the pod because he's been on, but Preston Johnson over at ESPN, the Sports Cheetah, he made some really good plays and really good points. When he was betting college football early on in the season, and he made some bets just based on like this team has been practicing for a couple weeks. This team didn't practice at all. Like here's a team that they started practicing like a couple days ago. There were some weird angles where teams had played a game and they hadn't practiced.
That stuff is golden. Like if you come across that kind of information, that stuff is golden. It really is.
You'll find some stuff like that. I'm sure. I've said this a couple times. Really, really, really pay attention this year. Overtime.
Dude,
we're in overtime
we have
now.
1,000 people hanging out.
I don't know how many people, why so many people are in today, but I'm happy to see them.
Retweeted us. Thank you guys. Whoever retweeted us, thank you for hanging out. Okay, let's recap a little bit of our look ahead towards week 12. Now that we have gotten the chance to go through some of the injury information, can you recap what we took on the early lines? We have the under on Thanksgiving on Houston.
All right, we took two plays. I took some Pittsburgh -3.
I like that one too.
And then on Sunday we took Buffalo Chargers over whatever you could get. 51 was kind of a number that was out there on the opener. I got an even better number because I think I bet it the second it popped up. And then Seattle under 53 on. Is that a Monday? That's a Monday. Yep. Very excited about that one.
Mm-hmm.
And then
that's also that is a pure weather angle.
Yep. There are some good
offense is dog shit. Now that we're in overtime, I can say that.
It kind of really is.
Super bad. Carson Wentz. I mean, we might get news this week that Carson Wentz is benched for Hurts. It could come. Yeah. Honestly,
Peterson seemed to shy away from that. He said, I feel like
money line.
Kidding on that.
What? Ravens money line?
We did break that down a little. I said the Ravens should have won that first game, but they've suffered multiple cluster injuries since then on the offensive and defensive line. It's a bad deal to be a Ravens backer right now. Like, especially if you had some season win totals or to win the division, to win the conference.
They are making their win total under. I think they made it already.
Yeah.
Didn't they? Was it 11? They haven't lost 5 yet, but they're going to get there.
Yeah. No, yeah, 11
even though
was...
even though the Ravens' home stretch is like, it's so good. Like, this is the last test for them. Like, they make it through this week, and then the last 5 weeks, they're probably winning all 5 games. And they're probably going to get in the wild card, but there's nothing that I'm seeing out of the Ravens offense that spells that they are going to be difficult to prepare for in the playoffs, which is tough because I really wanted the Ravens to be this year's Chiefs. I really wanted them to kind of come together down the stretch and be the team we could grab great prices on and ride them to the finish line as they take the next step forward. But it's just not happening. It sucks. I'm not thrilled with the way Lamar Jackson is progressing as a quarterback. It's killing me because I love Lamar Jackson. Wentz is playing poorly this year, Sunshine Case. He's playing extremely poorly this year, and Doug Peterson is coaching
badly.
Very badly.
And to be fair to the Philadelphia Eagles, they've had a ton of injuries. Like, they've been snake bit a few places here, so...
They came off their bye effectively full strength, and they lost to the damn Giants.
Yeah.
Convincingly lost to the Giants.
Should we switch sports here?
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Wow.
That's a lot of money for Gordon Hayward.
It makes the only thing is opting out.
Good for him, and probably good for the Celtics. Like, that's a good move. I think in both cases, just bad for Charlotte, I suppose. Put some respect. I love the Steelers. Injuries aside, they've been bad. Yeah, the Eagles have kind of been bad there. Somebody said put her some respect in the Steelers. I love the Steelers.
Yes. Okay. You love the Steelers, but give me a sincere opinion. Look at their schedule. When are they losing?
I mean,
I played this game on the podcast, and you said I don't have the 2021.
I don't have the 20. Yeah, I can't just.
But no, sincerely, yeah. Give me.
I think we called. I was pretty much behind them, like finishing 14-2. Like I bet
15-1 now is the right look, honestly, because of how many. Because the injuries for the Ravens cannot be overstated. They are really on like their second wind here in terms of talented players. And they've invested so much in the offseason. They put all of their dollars on the defensive side of the ball, and a bunch of those guys aren't available. That is a huge problem. And betting on defense anyway is a huge problem. They were the best defense through 8 weeks, or at least tied, or at least in the conversation with the Rams for the best defense through 8 weeks. Guess what? You can't take defensive statistics over the first half of the season and apply them across the second half. It just doesn't work that way.
Scotty's saying Buffalo, TKE, who always I know that guy from Twitter. He's got the,
I know. We talked to
he's got the Teddy KGB logo there. He's saying Colts. It's probably one of those. And truthfully, you know where it could be too? It could be the Browns week 17 if everything is sewed up. Like, we might not see Steelers starters playing at Cleveland if they're like 14-1 at that point, and let's say the Chiefs drop one more and it doesn't matter if the tiebreakers fall out that way. So they might end up losing that game based on just punting it. But yeah, the Colts, we've seen that they're a decent team. They're a good team. The Colts are a good team. So that's a tough one. It is at home. Going to Buffalo in December isn't easy, but as porous as that defense been, that's just gonna be a fun game. They could lose that one, but I just don't see it against Washington or the Bengals, obviously. Especially now they get Ryan Finley. What's that going to be? A 13-point favorite on the road. If they get past the Ravens this week, probably 14-2 is your floor, which is wild, all things considered.
Incredible.
Big Ben coming off of elbow surgery / porn addiction.
I will never fail to call the Steelers your team if they pull that off. If they pull off 15-1, they are your team forever because you are so far ahead of the market on them this offseason.
Oh, you know what cashed today? It was a prop, so they didn't take much, but it was Pittsburgh versus Philly. Who wins more games this year? And it was -105. It was the Eagles were favored, so it was -105 Pittsburgh, 115 Eagles. And again, prop. It wasn't a big bet, but it cashed 6 weeks early.
Week 8.
Yeah, I mean
Who
they
can,
haven't cashed it yet, but they can't win it.
Great, but it can't. Yeah, it can't win. What's um, what? I guess
What?
if I said you cannot eat any of your smoked turkey on Thanksgiving unless you correctly predict the winner of the NFC East, who are you taking?
Man, I might take the Giants right now.
Is it close to 25% all four ways right now by your numbers?
Oh man, I that's one I'll have to. I'm gonna go look at that one. I didn't run those numbers because I thought, and I guess I did bet against Philly. The Giants have the Browns.
Billy brags like the Giants.
Yeah, the Giants have the Seahawks, at the
Winning
Ravens.
better than Wentz is a worthy conversation. So I'll listen to that conversation.
Yeah, I mean Washington's playing pretty decent football.
Anyway, Wang bang, you're Australian. You don't.
Yeah,
opinion,
we don't
opinion, all. I appreciate your opinion in many things, but turkey.
Yeah, we're not smoking a wallaby. Washington is playing well, but they got swept by the Giants. Like that's a tough tiebreaker to lose, especially when the
football
the margin for error is so small when everybody's gonna have like five or six wins.
I took a little bit of football team 6-1 because when we were talking about futures, I was like, this isn't right price, right? I took a little bit of that on Wednesday. I wouldn't mind football team. I really hope they beat the Cowboys.
This is so. If he wins the division, yeah, you kind of got to give it to him, right? Because Ben's winning MVP. Yeah, the Eagles tie always seemed like that was going to be what put them over the top. Like the tie was going to be to their advantage because they could win as many games as everyone else, but the tie was almost like a win. But they face Seattle, they go to Green Bay, they have the Saints.
Bad. It's bad.
They got to travel to the Cardinals, which is not a good matchup for them, even what you think of the Cardinals. At Dallas and then closing with Washington. I don't think it's the Eagles, man.
Currently I think they get to 5 wins. Honestly, that's my number for them on carrying forward the rest of their season.
5,
10-1.
Is that it?
5-10-1.
What was Ben MVP before the season? 50. Ask me how I know. He has no chance. I'm kidding.
How do you know, Andy?
I did bet it.
You even made a standalone clip that is available on the deep dive.
Oh yeah, I said I hope the defense is bad.
In fact, it was so convincing. I did not bet it when we were talking MVP because I was like, I'll let that be Andy's thing. And then I watched your breakdown, and I was like, that was really, really strong points.
We need some other people to get hurt. We just we would never cheer for injuries, but
if the Steelers,
if they go 16-0, he's in the conversation.
I think if the Steelers finish 16-0, they're going to give it to him. I really do, because there's just enough there's just enough reason to dock some of these other guys. Pat Mahomes just threw a terrible interception in the first half. Hopefully, he throws none in the second half.
They're slowly making their way down the field. If you have the second half under, God, that was the look. Under 31 was the look. Damn it!
I know it was. In the biz, we call this matriculating the ball down the field. It was the look, and I knew it, but I wasn't going to play it in this game.
No, Cardinals are probably playoff bound. Their defense. I do have issues with their defense.
Remove probably.
Yeah,
they're definitely going to playoffs.
I have problems with their defense. They have some good defensive players. Budda Baker is a stud. They have a good corner, but they have issues at the other side, and sometimes they can't seem to get a pass rush going. So it's tough if things aren't working perfectly on offense. It's going to be tricky for that team to win games when they're giving up big plays on defense. So
you know what play I don't like? I don't like handing off to Le'Veon Bell. We can take that out of the playbook.
Yep, throw it out.
Take it out of the playbook, please. Andy, the handoff to Le'Veon Bell. Take it out of the playbook. Throw it in the trash.
In the garbage.
How
about the Jets covering? God damn it! I didn't play that one.
The over was the play in that game. The side was a coin flip.
Somebody said wow Mahomes. Hopefully, I don't know if that's a good wow or a bad wow.
That
We're
was
gonna find out.
that was a nice conversion there. Travis Kelsey is always open.
A good wow. Yeah, we need to know. Anytime you guys do a wow in the chat, there's no context. So do in parentheses good or bad. Although one of the most fun since we've been doing the
careful.
stream.
If you win too many of those at a site that rhymes with Movada, then that'll be that.
One of the most fun I've had, most fun times I've had doing these streams with the guys in the chat was watching. You can't see what it looks like. I almost wish you had a screenshot, but the chat just goes up on the side, and we can see it. It just works its way up, and it's different than actually in Periscope. It looks different to us, and it's really nice. We love this site we're using for this. We get a touchdown.
Andy's not watching this scope apparently because he handed off to Le'Veon Bell again for like -3.
Oh, I thought we took that out of the play. But anyway, the most fun I've had on this is watching the chat just light up faster than I've ever seen it light up, and everybody saying the Cardinals just won the game. Like that was a wild ass ending.
It was also fun when Cordero Patterson ran the touchdown kickoff back.
We didn't even win that bad.
And that bet didn't
we should have live bet. We should have live bet the under at that point. I didn't think of that.
Why are you just thinking of this now?
Well, I don't know.
Ooh, that's an interesting question. What are you looking
There's a bunch of games. You know what I'm having problems with right now, and I'm going to pull this up. Copy
schedule?
Well, yeah, my scraper, and I can't even take credit for it. Somebody built it for me who was really super sweet. This guy's super nice. He helps me with things like this where I'm too dumb. But the website that it scrapes from, which has a really, really nice format that's easy to scrape, has not updated schedules yet, which kind of sucks. So I might have to do some. I might have to fix it or do some work by hand, which sucks. It just sucks. But yeah, Wednesday college basketball's back. Drew, are you getting prepped for NBA?
I am.
It's tough right now because there's so many people that just moved around.
No, but last season, I came into the NBA overconfident. I thought I had.
I remember that.
A bettable angle that was golden, that I could just hammer and make enough money and buy an island and retire. And it worked spectacularly well for 1 month. And then my scaling up trained the market to where nice touchdown. CEH.
The H is silent. CE.
No. So last year, it worked so well for a month that I trained the entire market to figure out what I was doing. And there were like every side I wanted. By the time limits were up and I could bet, had steamed 2 or 3 points, and I was like, you know what? This is such a robust angle. I could bet it anyway.
It's so robust.
I fired, and I gave away my entire stack that I'd won, and then I lost on top of that. And that was a very valuable lesson. And so this season, coming into this year, I've thought really hard about what's going to matter. I think it's pretty obvious. Oh, extra point was made. That's kind of important.
It really is.
I thought
they're not automatic.
This year coming in, I thought a player-based model is going to be extremely important in the NBA. So I've kind of reformulated the way I go about things because I usually was going team-based first and then player second. But now I'm flip-flopping, and I have mostly a player-based model heading into this season because I think you're going to have it. These teams are traveling. NBA players are loose. They're going to go out. They're going to do things. They're going to get coronavirus. Guys are going to miss, scratched. You're going to get day of scratches a lot this year. If I think it's going to be worse.
It'll be similar to college football. You just need to be up on the news.
Yeah. Right, exactly.
And that's going to go for everything. That's going to be college basketball. That'll be NBA. That'll be hockey.
Right.
Hockey is going to do some, I think, bubble cities, which is
you're going to need to know. You're going to need to know what the 8th man on the Hornets roster means to the spread because that's the kind of shit.
I believe that's Gordon Hayward. Deviants. Reed, you can answer Reed's question? I've had it up there long enough.
What was it? Oh, best NBA draft pick besides Patrick Williams?
He's a Bulls
That
fan.
was a good
so
one.
just saying. It was. I like that pick. It made shout out Will Brinson made a bunch of money on that. I think Joey had a piece of that.
The Nets stole Sadiq Bey. That was pretty phenomenal. I can't believe the Nets ended up with Bey. That's the perfect
Bey's a
complimentary piece.
great player.
That was a perfectly complimentary piece to
I didn't think of that. Like those guys with huge contracts, yeah, they're playing in Florida, so their 1099s are going to be out of Florida, and they're not going to pay state sales tax instead of the Ontario sales tax, which is like a trillion percent.
Is that why Fred VanVleet was signed on such a discount? Because that contract didn't make any sense to me. He's like you pulled up Fred VanVleet and the Gordon Hayward contract side by side, and you're like, how is this fucking possible? This is
nothing makes sense.
Nothing makes sense.
Soccer K has a question about CBB. Yeah, 2 years ago I didn't bet till New Year's Day. Last year I waited about a month. I was making some small bets on the side. I think I'm just going to start small and really do due diligence. I might not make as many plays early on. I probably have to be very sure about something. Something I will say, if anybody handicapping college, maybe if you are not handicapping at the highest level, like the big schools, a lot of these smaller schools are more a product of their coach and their system than the actual players. Like, it's not hard to replace 2-star players and walk-ons with more 2-star players and walk-ons. Guys aren't leaving their freshman year. You really just have to pay attention for transfers and stuff like that. It is a little goofy at the lower level. Detroit Mercy, love Detroit Mercy. I bet them a lot a couple years.
That's not Pepperdine Wave.
It's not Pepperdine. It's certainly not Niagara. I went and looked at that when I was talking to somebody. I bet Niagara 15 How many games did they play? So like 30 probably? I bet them 15 times last year. That's a lot, it seems like.
They played like 24 maybe. You bet them in almost every game? Purple Eagles?
Everyone knows the Purple Eagles. Niagara Purple Eagles. I should look at what their record was last year.
Wow, that's amazing. To close the loop with
they were 9th in the league too. That's the best part.
They never had a good price on them. To close the loop with Reed on over under number of books I've read that are on this wall. It's probably above 20, but it's below. It's below 30.
They're your wife's books.
Yeah, she was an English major. She read a lot of stuff. She handed me the best of them. I read. Twitter broke my brain to where I can't really read books anymore. So it's been a while since I read.
It's tougher, isn't it? I woke up early. I made tortilla. Basically, I made chicken chili. Like, we've been over this. I made chicken tortilla soup, but it's just chili. And yes, I woke up this morning at like 4 a.m. because that chili was wreaking havoc on me, and I could not go back to sleep. And I just sat and read some. I'm rereading Black Swan, not the movie.
Not the movie.
Yeah, more NNT, baby.
God damn it! Weller is open every. Waller's open.
Oh man, it would have been nice to get that third down. So all right, well I'm gonna go home. I gotta.
All right, man.
You gotta do stuff.
Hopefully the Chiefs defense gets a stop here. They can't stop Waller though. They can barely tackle the guy. They definitely can't cover his ass.
Anti-Fragile, yeah. No, they're all good. You should read all those. I'll probably try to reread all those over the winter. Keep them fresh in your mind.
Mike, Chiefs -2.5 versus Buck thinks it's worth a bet. I don't think you have to rush. Because I think the Bucks are going to
walk, don't run. Fooled by randomness.
I don't think you have to rush because I think the Bucks are going to. I think they're going to impress tomorrow against the Rams. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, banquet beer.
Oh, you have always been a Coors guy.
This has been in this fridge since the NFL draft. I might not drink it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was way in the back. I didn't know it was back there.
No. Good work, man. All right, well, appreciate you guys hanging out. Let's call this a scope, and we will catch you tomorrow for what's tomorrow's game? Bucks Rams.
Bucks Rams. So, all right, yeah, we need to stop here.
Come on, put a freaking the over the middle. Spagnuolo's defense is just so exposed. I don't understand. Call
I
the
don't get
good
it.
plays, Spags. Come on.
Call the good plays.
All right.
Thanks, guys.